Hello folks, well look who we've got here. We've got some guests on Julie's allotments. Do you recognise them? You might recognise one, I'm not sure about the other.
You're the one who's choking on the beef burger. Hello everybody, lovely to see you, and it's lovely to be here at Julie's. Really nice, she's treating us very well.
Okay, we'll leave that on.
Okay.
No swearing.
You know what happens now? Nobody knows what to say.
We've just had a lovely steak folks.
Wow.
Everyone else is on the sausages now and
Yep.
they can't manage the pork burgers after.
No, we've been well looked after. We've had local tomatoes, hand-grown lettuce, and even some
Homemade wine.
homemade grape wine, courtesy of Nigel.
Yeah, and we've got
So-
some of my
Oh,
Loganberry and raspberry.
yeah. so
And then
try
we've got
of
some
that.
chocolate cake for
We
after.
have,
lovely.
yeah, fantastic. And it's absolutely boiling. It's one of the hottest days so far.
Yeah, and thankfully we're in the shade, so it'd be unbearable if we went on the other sit down.
Oh no, I know. Ours is in the shade, isn't it?
It's very like this, really.
The same, it's this sort of setup, isn't it?
We've got a tree like this that we're always talking about taking down. But I don't think it
Oh,
does any
yes.
harm, not really.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know.
The strawberries seem to have flourished despite the tree.
Oh, right, yeah, yeah.
Well, this part's usually comes into shade about 2:30, I think it is.
Yeah, similar actually.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're facing the same sort of way. Sun come up over there?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then go, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Same.
East? Is that the east?
Pardon?
Sunrise is over there?
I always have to try and work it
Over
out in
there.
my head.
Does it?
Yeah.
So
Well,
that'll
that's
be
what it's
west.
like
Well,
on
I've lost
ours.
me bearings all together here, I think.
Yeah. I always have to think.
Ours is ours is in the east, that's yeah, so that'll be north,
south,
east, south.
That's what I always have to think. I always have to think Japan, land of the rising sun. It's in the east. So, and I have to go through that whole thing in my head. So yeah, that's it. So north.
Never eat shady green.
You can tell I teach the little ones, can't you? No. So where is your dog today?
She's at home
That's
every day,
lovely,
yeah.
is she?
Yeah.
Does she usually come down with you?
Not very often, no. But meaning to, because she's not met the hens yet. And
Oh, hasn't she?
no.
What do you think? She'll be okay?
Oh, she'd think they're dinner.
Oh, would she?
She'd have to get a bit, she can get used to it. But no, I think what I need, somewhere on the plot, I need a post concreted in where I can tie to it.
I'll leave it to it.
Yeah, I used to leave her in here, let her, you know, but she had the tendency to see me because they had the shorter tunnel. She
Oh,
could see me up
right.
there, and
She'd panic.
if anyone walked across, she'd bark at them. But I've got to get her used.
Yeah. How old is she?
6.5.
Wow, so she's young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prime of life, I would have thought. for
I know.
dog.
Yeah. Oh, bless her. We lost ours last February, didn't we? It was just when we were taking the allotment on, and we used to take her with us because she'd fret if we went out the house. She was just getting to that age, she was losing her sight a bit.
If this is one of Jane's videos, the sad music will come on
The
now.
sad
Right.
You get the violins coming in now.
No, but we used to take her up, and again, she couldn't see very well, and we'd put like a bed down for her and everything. She never wanted to do that. She always wanted to go and walk through the rubbly bits, all the
Yeah.
building bits that you were doing, didn't she? You know.
We'll get stuck behind things.
Yeah, and just be staring at a wall. Bless her.
We do need to get another one.
One day. Got to have an allotment done.
Well, now I've got the fence all the way along here as well. Apart from where the gate was, because I moved the boundary. I need to get a post and get a new gate. Once that's done, then she can go.
Well, she'll be secure then, won't she?
Yeah, she can just go around, because before, especially in the spring, if she came in, that part would be a bog, and she'd love it. She'd just roll in it.
Yeah.
You know, but it's no good when you've got carpet at home.
I know. Well, she got her little suit.
Yeah.
Little waterproof suit. Little wellies. You can actually get little wellies for dogs. Have you seen them? Those like little bags that you can put on dogs' feet. You can get them off eBay.
Yeah.
My friend's mum got some for her little King Charles Spaniel. It's only about that high, and the wellies come up about almost the top of her legs, which she doesn't like her getting stuck on.
And you've made some special little duvets for a friend. How would you
Like little
describe
sleeping
those?
bags.
Little sleeping
So, yeah,
bags for
a friend
dogs?
of mine's got 3 spaniels, and she bought this very, very, not waterproof, what's the opposite? Absorbent fleece. And she said, do you think you could just make them into like a little sleeping bag? So I did. And now every time we've got this place called the Downs Banks by us, where dogs can just run for miles, but they always come back very muddy, there's a big stream. And she just puts them in the back of the car. They go straight into the bags, if you like, and she just goes, and they're dry, aren't they? You know.
Well, there's zips on the side.
No, we didn't get as far as zips. Didn't get as far as zips.
Very odd idea.
It is. They have got drawstrings on, which I'm a little bit concerned about, but they've survived so far. So that's, you know what? That's just lovely hearing the chickens. It's so restful. Have you got any regrets about getting yours? No. Lots of eggs. They are
Well,
lovely.
sometimes, you know, at times when there's problems at home, it is a bit of a worry.
Yeah, but you've got people who help you out and they come along, don't they?
Yeah, but, yeah. Becky's got a key, but she's increased her working hours now, so
Right, okay.
I haven't seen her for months. Ray's got one. I think I need to get it off Becky because the nails just nails.
Right, yeah.
Whatever happened to that friend of yours who was thinking about taking on Allotment?
Oh, Shrina.
Oh,
No.
Has she still not done it?
No.
You realise how much hard work it
Yeah.
was?
No, she's just happy just to come here once every few weeks.
But you've got your big plan coming up. How did that go? I saw a bit of the video. Was it?
Oh yes, it was a bit
Friday.
difficult to hear what we were saying because it was so windy.
It was windy, it was.
And
It
I'm
was.
not sure if there's a way of cutting down the wind noise on the microphone.
There
One
is.
of those funny things.
Yeah. You can buy I looked at buying a little recorder and having a microphone.
No, I know. I've seen on some professional microphones they put some sort of a ball of wool on the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a special name. What's
Yeah.
it called?
Yeah.
Is it called a cat muffler or something like that?
It's called. It's a dead cat.
Dead
It's
cat.
called something like a
Yeah.
dead cat.
Yeah.
But I must admit, we've used one before, haven't we? And it's not.
Can't use it on the actual camcorder, but you can get either an external mic
Yeah, go on.
or better still, just have your recorder what goes on your belt
Yeah.
with a microphone.
So you don't use any of that, Julie?
You
No.
just-
No?
I can't afford it. It'd be about £200.
The sound quality is always fine, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Not always.
From
But
what I've
that's-
heard, I don't hear lots of wind noise.
That's what I've got on mine.
Most of them are not, but this latest one, it was a bit annoying, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Particularly at the end because you couldn't really hear what it was saying very well.
I don't think you really know until you get back and have a look at it, though,
No,
do you? You
no.
don't realise how
No.
it's like, because Mike's pointed out to me before, and I said, oh, it'll be okay. It doesn't sound that windy when you're there, you know. But is that the spot that you're getting then?
It looks like it.
Because that's perfect, isn't it, with the car park
Yeah,
next door to it?
they're just searching in the paperwork to make sure that we can do that sort of activity on it because
Yeah.
there might be some
they're
regulations.
just making
Yeah.
sure, they're pretty sure that we're okay, but they've got to make sure that we are able to have a communal shed,
Yeah.
polytunnel and trees.
Yeah, but it's got allotments next to it.
Next to it, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Yeah.
And is everyone being supported then? Is it being like really, or do
Yeah,
people
it
just sort of,
absolutely, yeah.
Everyone we've mentioned it to has come back with positive vibes on it,
that's
Yeah.
good.
including council departments.
Because
Because you would think
It's
there would
a
be
need.
some sort
There
of red
is-
tape in the
Yeah.
way that.
Well, I think there will be, but it's a need that's obviously there.
Yeah.
People recognise it's a need that's there.
yeah.
And
There
it's-
isn't anything for carers, is there?
That's what I was
There's
just going to say. There's
no,
nothing
so
else in the area.
red tape can be
Great
got
idea.
over.
Yeah.
I think it's a brilliant idea. I think I've been looking at places like yours, haven't I? There's a very small place. I think it used to be a bowling green. It's just completely overgrown bit of land in the back of the shopping centre. I said, that'd be really good. That'd be really good. But it's nowhere near the size that it's like your part of the room.
And Jane would definitely need to retire to take this thing over.
Just
There'd be so much work involved.
I know. Just wouldn't be
that-
able to go and do any more
She'd
supply
like that.
teaching.
But you can't.
Yeah, well, the trouble is when you finish work, you get asked to do loads and loads of stuff
That
without
you don't get paid for.
being paid for any of it, you know, and there's
yeah.
only so much that you can afford to do.
You're always getting us to do cartoons of people, aren't you? And I'm
Yeah.
thinking it's sort of, it's just,
Yeah, I am.
yeah,
That's my thing. That's
Yeah.
my thing. Whenever somebody retires at work, I get to draw a cartoon for you know,
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
which I don't mind at all. I enjoy that.
Yeah, could work well then. So have you got a business plan? Have you got a... Or are you just literally picking your way through and seeing how it goes?
We've got a committee.
written.
We've done a constitution.
Right.
We've got a committee, an idea of committee. We've just got to finalise it all week.
Yeah. And we're not going to do anything else until we get some comeback from the people that
Once we know we've got a
allocating
piece
us
of
the
land, then we'll make sure we've got the committee in place, and then we can apply for grants and see what else.
So how do you get your committee together? Just asking.
Well, you've got to have 3 key members for legal reasons. What's it? Secretary, treasurer, and chairman.
Chairman.
Two things in the family.
So, yeah.
That's the charity question.
We'll be co-opting people with specialist knowledge when we need it,
Right.
and we'll have a couple of ordinary committee members, I think, on
Right.
this, as well.
Yeah.
But that's as far as we've gone at the moment. But we don't want to race ahead and then have to retract and say to people, oh, we're going to disappoint you.
So what's your constitution then? Is that just literally what you hope to achieve? And
It's like a little bit like an expanded. Well, it's a framework of the rules to which you promise to keep.
Committee, yeah.
right, okay.
So without having it in front of me, it's difficult to remember it. But it says what your objectives are. I mean, for example, our main objective is to give carers a sort of place that can go for a respite, where they can forget for a few hours what they're having to do all week, and to learn some skills unrelated to what they're doing all the time, and possibly to exchange ideas with other carers. But we don't want to restrict it just to carers, because they'll be talking shop all the time.
Right, okay.
And that's not healthy either.
No.
So we want to have a mixture of carers and a smaller number probably of people who are not working right now.
Yeah. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Have you always wanted to do it?
Quite a while. Thought about it. Yeah. I wasn't quite sure what group of people to do it for.
Yeah, we looked into doing it for disabled, didn't we?
There's too much money involved.
Oh, is that because you
So
have to
many,
adapt?
yeah,
everything?
adapt and
the
regulations.
regulations, handrails, ramps, you know, and it's all thousands of pounds, and you just can't do it on a tiny budget.
I suppose there's also a lot of things available for those sorts of people
Yeah.
anyway, aren't
Right.
So originally I thought about that, and then I just thought more about it, and I thought, no, carers, there's nothing really, there's not a great deal for carers
Well,
in that way.
Again, you can speak from experience, can't
Yeah.
you?
I mean, there is carer support groups, and they offer things like going out for a meal and going a bingo and what have you. But
It's not the same as
No.
escaping for an hour or two
No.
every day, is it?
No.
You know, there's nowhere to go.
no.
Could I try some of your Loganberry and raspberry, please?
Yeah.
I've never done it on the sausages.
Not too spare there.
Can I give you one? No, I just did it.
I'll have one more. Thank you very much. That's great.
I was going to use my
Oh,
fingers.
thank you. That's lovely. Thank you.
Oh, I have to keep looking at you. I'm looking and go,
Ooh, it's like a rosé.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
It's a nice colour.
Well, let's have a this is that. This is thank you. When? Thank you.
It's pretty good.
That is good. Yeah. You know, it makes all the difference taking the seeds out.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think that leaving seeds in makes all the difference, but when you think about it, you know, tiny little seeds got an enormous surface area, and all the taste must leach out over a few hours.
that is quite incredible.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, just look at the colour of that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That'd be good.
So this is Loganberry.
And raspberry.
Right.
Yeah. Lovely. Loganberry makes a lovely wine on its own as well.
And this isn't too sweet either.
No.
No.
It's medium, I'd say.
It is quite strong.
Yeah, that's good.
Can I just show that to the camera?
Yeah.
Oh. Ow. Look at that. Perfect. What's it, Julie? Loganberry and
Raspberry.
raspberry. Beautiful. Taste this summer.
Very nice.
I'm saying that I haven't sipped it yet. That is really nice. We were at I went to where was the gardens? Goldstone Hall Gardens in Shropshire the other day, and looking around the kitchen garden, I was told they were raspberries, but they were really, really long, and I know that there was supposed to be tayberries somewhere in the garden. Would that have been them?
Probably,
Put it
yeah.
in
But Loganberries and Tayberries are very
They're
similar,
similar.
but they're the same
just a
cross.
cross.
They're
What?
both raspberry cross blackberry.
Blackberry, yeah.
Okay. What's the one with? Oh no, we've just got that blackberry, haven't we?
It's a Taybury that you've taken for the allotment.
Is it?
Now, in the case of the ones I had when I bought mine from Aldi, the Tayberry was thorny.
Yeah, this is thorny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Loganberries were thornless.
Yeah.
Ah.
So I did have a Tayberry in here, and I kept getting caught on it, and that's why I took
Right,
it out.
okay. That's gone.
Yeah.
Got a little Aldi there.
Yeah.
Honestly, the amount of
Well,
stuff.
all these Loganberries,
Are they from Aldi?
Aldi, yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. $1.99 I think I paid.
Oh,
They always look like they're just about to die.
Yeah.
When you find one, you know it's almost just
Yeah.
about completely dried
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
That's what's nice though. You're sort of giving it a little bit of life, haven't
We've got another one, Loganberry growing up here.
you? Okay.
There's one at the back of this tunnel, you can see there. I've got 5 on the plot.
Very good.
Logan Brew. Everything. Have you thought about branching out from wine? What about a cordial?
Yeah, I was looking the other day trying to think of some soft drinks, what I could make.
There is,
I like raspberry taste.
was it, have you got rhubarb?
Yeah, got £40 in the freezer.
Oh,
Have you
great.
really?
I think Sean on the Hawk channel put up a thing for rhubarb cordial the other day, because I was thinking about that one, but it's not something I've made. We haven't even done elderflower
Your
cordial.
rhubarb chutney is very good.
Rhubarb chutney is
Yeah, really good.
if you like chutney.
So,
No.
What would you grow ideally?
Nice bit of
What would
cheese
you
on the
eat?
the only thing I really eat off the allotment, potatoes.
Potatoes.
Yeah. I mean, I'll eat the odd raspberry and strawberry and that.
As you go.
It just doesn't really. I just like growing.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's actually enjoyable. Again, we were talking about,
Like picking.
loads of people do it. It's not just what comes at the end, is it?
No.
You know, it's the actual the process.
It's great being outside all the time. I was sort of cooped up indoors doing my teaching for 35 years. And I'm really glad not to be inside all the time now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the social side, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the social side is
You
good.
know, as long as you've got that, which we've got up here.
Yeah.
And then I enjoy doing the videoing and,
Yeah.
you know, the editing and that, so I enjoy that side as well.
It's all learning, isn't it?
Yeah.
It stops you getting stagnant, I think.
Yeah.
What do you make your films with, Judy? What's your software?
Software. I use Coral Video Studio.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that something you buy in, or?
I bought it, yeah.
Right, okay.
About 40 something.
I use Movie Maker, Windows Movie Maker. That's free on the,
Yeah.
on the laptop.
Product
But I
placement.
probably no, because I've probably not said it properly. But
You've not graduated
you're
beyond
limited.
that.
You're limited
Yeah.
as to what you can do. You know,
Yeah.
so again, Sean put something on the other day about editing, and it's fantastic. You know, different voice going over different bits, and mine is just very much point and shoot, and that's it. You know, a little bit of music. And I do love it.
I think it. We've talked about video and editing and that, and we've decided just to leave it basic on there because people quite like it.
It works,
that way. Yeah.
and it's very much real time,
Yeah.
which I think is
It's not too polished.
no,
You know.
no.
You know, when you look at a BBC gardening programme, you know what it's going to be like.
Yeah.
It's so professional.
Yeah.
And we get
bit
so used to
disheartening.
these polished artificial setups, and this is real life. I think it's preferable in lots of ways.
Is this where the argument of Gardener's World versus Beach Grove Garden comes in?
Yeah.
Because it is, isn't it? Because the Beach Grove Garden is very much like Gardener's World was 20 years ago. You
What's
know,
the Beach Grove Garden? Is that the one?
we
Scottish
watched
stuff?
it the other
Oh yeah.
yeah, and it's
It's very old
I
school.
enjoy it. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I like all of them though. I just watch anything to do with gardening. It's like the potter's wheel. It's like, you know, it's just you just watch it, and it's just so relaxing, you know, to see people doing stuff. I am a big Nigel and Nelly fan though as well, I must admit. So Gardener's World, I look forward to that one. Although it's not been on for the last few weeks. It's been all different sporting events and whatever.
I must admit, I've watched very few of them.
None of them. What would you
Not
best?
because it doesn't appeal to me. It's just I never
Time.
watch really TV. live anyway. If I want to watch something, then I'll watch it on wherever I can find it.
You know, I think more and more people are doing that anyway. And it's, you know, you do record things. It used to be you get the Radio Times or whatever, you could highlight what you wanted. But now it's a case of you just, I'll watch it, I'll tape it, I'll watch it, you know, in a few days' time when I've got the time.
I think it's because I'm in the living room and Mum and Dad have got their programmes on.
Yes.
So there's always clash with anything like that.
Are they fond of soaps?
There were, yeah. They used to watch every single
Yeah, my
one.
mum
Well,
does.
apart from EastEnders. It used to be
Emmerdale.
Home and Away, Neighbours, Emmerdale, Coronation Street. They don't watch Coronation Street anymore.
What about you then? What would you, if you could say you've got the TV for the night, what are you going to watch? What would you do?
This is a favourite Jane game, by the way.
No,
Ask Nigel in a
what
minute.
would you watch on
Ask Nigel,
TV?
what do you watch on TV?
Nothing.
Nothing. I haven't got a television.
Just the radio.
No, do you
Yeah.
not? No, many people haven't, and that's fine.
No, I find television too passive. I like to be doing something.
I suppose, yeah, that's true. But we do like a box set, don't we? We've both got some sort of background in film history, haven't we? So we do like a film, and
Yeah, especially movies, DVD.
yeah, we do. And
Yeah, I
that's
like
gone onto
the
box
movies,
sets and
action
things.
and
Yeah, I like an occasional film. I've got the complete Laurel and Hardy, and I love.
Oh
those.
yes, I think we've got that. I think we've got that as well. We've got very eclectic taste. But usually, as last night came, we always take turns in choosing a film. And Mike's is invariably going to be a foreign film, or something,
Pretentious foreign film, that's what I like.
or something really depressingly British.
I feel like it's educational then. It's a little bit educational sometimes.
Whereas I like to I'll just switch off and say, oh, come on, let's just watch something a bit nice, you know. So that then
Rom-com,
takes about an
horror
hour and a half to decide what we're going to watch, and then invariably you fall asleep before the end, and then neither of us can remember what's happened the next day at the end. So, but the box sets are so good now. We watch Netflix a lot, and that's just been great stuff.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I tried to introduce the kids to Lauren Hardy a couple of years ago.
It's Stranger
So we watched
Things, isn't it?
Them Dar Hills and Be
Stranger,
Big.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Trying to think what the other one was now.
yeah.
There's one.
There
Someone's
were three
just
absolute
just
stone
finished
cold
watching.
classics,
What
which
did
they
we finish
really,
watching?
really enjoyed.
Did they? Because your nephew and niece didn't like them, did they?
I think it was Be Big. It was Be Big and then Them Dar Hills. Those two are linked together. Do
Lauren.
you remember those two?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Just fantastic.
Well, I like Sons of the Desert.
Oh, it's
They're
amazing.
wonderful.
Richard and Sarah didn't like them,
But they weren't
funny,
that
isn't it?
taken, but they'd never seen any of them before, and it's a little bit of an acquired taste, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
But
especially-
shorts are better for
Especially if
kids.
it's black
They
and
are,
white.
yeah.
They're
Because
not
you can get
used-
into them straight away.
Yeah.
can't you? There's
I mean,
no-
that one where they're on a boat, and one of them is soaring through the
Yes.
mast.
Yeah.
And there's another one where they've got one of these musical boxes, and they're doing a musical act in the street. Hurdy-gurdy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called, with the return handle. And the other one is playing a double bass. Inevitably, at the end, one of them ends up smashing the double bass onto the other one's head.
Yeah, yeah. You sort of know what's going to happen, but it's comforting when it does. But it is that, I mean, just seeing something in black and white now, it's for today's youth, if you like, who are used to HD, colour, I think that is an acquired taste.
In Be Big,
Yeah.
if you remember that one, that's one where they take over a store, so they're going to open their store for the first time.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they fall out with the chap who's got a hardware store next door. I can't think what their store is exactly.
It's just
Theirs is a general.
furniture, second-hand
Theirs is
stuff.
electricals, isn't it? Theirs is sort of primitive electricals, and his is hardware.
Yeah, yeah.
And they fall out with it. And he starts coming into their store and smashing things of theirs.
Oh, yeah,
So
yes,
instead
I
of trying to
remember that,
resolve
yeah.
anything, they just go around and smash some more of his things.
Yeah.
And eventually, the two businesses are
All
both
ends up
entirely
in
ruined.
chaos. Yeah, yeah.
Down to the signs outside the front, exploding and things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
They just follow their own completely
Policeman
mad
walks
logic.
away, yeah.
Very funny.
Yeah.
But again, this time of year, we do tend to be down to the allotments for about 10 o'clock. We'll be getting back, because Mike gets really badly bitten by
Mosquitoes.
mosquitoes.
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, and my daughter does. I get little, you can see there's a mark there, just a little mark, but Mike has a big allergic reaction, so.
After Anna, our youngest, got bitten the other day on the cheek and had to go to work with this cheek that was out here. Honestly, swallowed it out like that. It was
Yeah.
quite incredible.
But we were saying to her, no, you look fine. She's working on the checkout at the co-op, and we were saying, no one will notice, you'll be fine. She said, are you sure, Mum? Calm down. Yeah, bless it, it's come down. Yeah. What do you use then? Do you smother yourself in mosquito repellent or something beforehand?
Well, no, it doesn't seem to work very well. I just tend to avoid certain areas where I know the insects are.
Right, okay.
And most of them, the insects, when I'm gardening, come up from the ground.
Yeah.
So I have to sort of tuck my trousers into my socks there, so I look a real sight.
You ought to get some cycle clips.
Yeah, that would do.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's so I get bitten on the legs, blow apart the leg.
Yeah. Horse flies as well.
Yeah, and ants are nasty at this time of year too.
Yeah. We've got loads of ants.
Yeah.
I don't know if we had as many ants last year, but I certainly didn't notice
I had to
them.
abandon my session at the allotment yesterday.
You know, it's actually on the allotment. Do they damage?
More.
Do they damage your crops?
They take me a week in move.
Really? Really? Wow.
If they're growing
They
up
spray with
plants,
acid, don't they?
Yeah,
That's their technique.
formic acid. Yeah.
Well, this is it.
So if
Very-
they're
it gives you,
fine when
quite a start when you get one.
We do. You can
Especially
feel it going in.
Especially if it's on your
Is that
trouser
when they
leg.
milk the aphids? Oh, I think that's
It was a week ago.
But you're obviously pretty allergic to that.
so.
I get that hay fever. So
It's better to have ants.
I'm not so bad with them.
Well, it's better not to have aphids in the first place, but at least you've got ants, they're doing you a job.
Yeah, they're telling you something. So they probably won't.
Well, there you are, folks. I think you've had enough of those natterings, so I'm going to switch you off now.
That's because Julie's after the chocolate cake.
Yeah.
It's just like chocolate slips again.
We bought you some honorary biscuits, do you know that?
No, she's got the unruly bag.
it's no good just browsing because after 2 hours you've just got walls of books everywhere.
got the chocolate cake,
And you think,
folks.
oh,
Got it
I've
here.
seen a lot of those already, so we'll go out.
Whereas I'd like to go along, I'd just have a look around to see if there was a fine. I
What
probably
size
wouldn't
do you
go
want,
with a
Nigel?
particular thing in mind, really.
got
Oh,
a
just a small one for me.
variety.
No, little one for me, thank you.
Just a little one for me,
How
please.
many
One Maltese
Maltesers
as
would you
well.
like, Mike?
Just one Malteser for me.
You're going to have to cut more in half, Julie.
Funny.
No,
You know what, that's part of the fun for me. I like to sort of to
You
rummage around.
you like a good mooch, don't you? But I
Yeah.
imagine
The
somewhere
trouble is
like
there's so
hay,
many to
it's
rummage around.
so
Yes, there are.
busy.
I know.
Thank you.
It's overpowering, that's what we found.
It is overpowering.
So we sort of had to, in the end, we had to think, well, I'm interested in that sort of gardening and, say, cooking,
Well, thank you very
and
much.
science
Lovely.
fiction and music, and just concentrate on those.
Yeah.
There's just so
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
in one, if you go
Big
to
one.
somewhere where there's just one small
One.
shop, yes, you can browse through the whole lot.
Do you know, I've not read a good sci-fi novel for, I think, probably about 15, 20 years.
Well, you could look for short
Two,
stories
Alison.
by Asimov,
Just
say,
the
or
one
something
of
like that.
these.
Or Fred Pohl.
I think Asimov might have been the last thing I read, I think many, many years ago.
Yeah.
It's not
Oh
on,
no,
so
tell
you
me why.
can't.
Philip K. Dick.
Oh, I like him. Yeah. He wrote something called, what was it, Do Robots Dream of
Electric Sheep, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Is
yeah,
that
Blade
Raymond?
Runner.
Oh, it's not Raymond.
Philip K. Dick.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm saying it, I know.
And I like Kurt Vonnegut. He's quite good.
Do you know, I read
Just
some of
got a
his
tiny
He did
piece.
Ice,
But
Ice Nine, I think that was what he called it.
it is.
No, it wasn't
Yeah.
called Ice Nine.
Oh, you said it wasn't.
I put it
That was the
back
last
on.
book of his I read, actually.
Yeah, that was really good.
But that was going back some years, again, must be maybe 20, 30 years now.
We have got that many
You've got to
books.
dig it out again.
We've got so many books in our house. But you can't throw them out, even if you haven't read them for like 20 years. You sort of look at them and you say, oh, that's a good one. Mike's tried to throw out a few of my Enid Blytons, but I won't have it. Merry Mr. Muddles, whatever. Yeah.
They get through now. 100%. The last, actually, I'll tell a lie on the old sci-fi properties. I read, now, what's his name now? David Mitchell. Cloud Atlas.
Oh,
I think
a
I'd
huge
definitely put that in the sci-fi category.
I'm going to.
It's it was a Booker Prize winner, I think,
Yeah.
from
this is
around
lovely,
about 6
Alison.
years ago.
What's your recipe?
And his sort of idea was to examine lots of different genres within fiction. But there's a big slice of science fiction certainly in there. So you start a story at the beginning of the novel,
Very good.
Yeah.
and then that one is wrapped up at the end of the novel, and it works like that. They're all sort of linked together.
I see.
Yeah, but there's the one in the middle is set in the sort of the far
Judas
distant
eggs.
future, you know. The
Oh,
one next to that is about
Hello.
clones,
Oh, no.
about the fate of this particular
no.
clone in Korea in sort of like 150 years time, something like that. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
See, I don't read that much anymore because I'll read things online.
Cloud Atlas.
Yeah, okay, I'll look out for that.
We don't buy
We're doing all the literature now, you've turned that off.
No, it's on.
It's on.
Oh, is it?
Put it back on.
All right.
Yeah. That'll teach you.
No, stop. One of the chickens has just fallen asleep there, standing up.
Oh, is
I've
it
seen that
lying on
before.
its side again?
Yeah, no, I knew a chap who reckoned when he was in the army, he taught himself to sleep standing up. You know, when he was on parade, and he
Really?
was just standing there all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's what he said.
I actually used to fall asleep standing up
Oh.
when I was working.
Why didn't you fall down?
No.
Come on, see
You wake up as you start to fall.
Oh, that's what I was
No.
going to say.
Because I got the cabinet behind me, so I'd be standing up watching my printer machines 40 foot long.
Yeah.
And it was when I went on medication before I had lots of trouble basically in the job when I went for my change, and but they didn't want me, and I got stressed out, and I was on tablets for anxiety and depression, and they made me a bit tired. And there was this particular day.
I remember there was a chappie on the radio a few years ago from, I think he was a member of the House of Lords, and he said that he dreamt one time that he was in the House of Lords giving a speech, and when he woke up he found that he was.
Had he given a speech?
Must be apocryphal.
No, I can fall asleep anywhere, but I am usually sitting down. I haven't tried the standing up, although if it's something you can learn, I think I could probably do that.
Well, I often fall asleep in the day now. You know, when I sit down, that is. You know, and I'll nod off. Yeah.
Yeah, but you have disturbed sleep at night, don't you,
Yeah.
often?
Yeah.
it's
this-
You're often up
it's
at 2
only
or
the
3 in the
last
morning.
4 months really since Mum went into hospital and what have you. Before then, I never used to.
No. I've always just been able to fall asleep in the day. I used to get, Mum reminds me now, I used to come home from school, age about 15, 16, and just sit on the sofa and then I'd just be asleep. For about a quarter of an hour, but that's sort of a pattern now I've got, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
but I think it recharges your battery. I think your battery has to go for a long time between waking up in the morning, right the way through to the evening. You know, you need a little bit jump start now and then, or I do. I've got a leaky battery, haven't I?
You definitely have got a leaky battery. Jane's got the ability to fall asleep on the return journey, you know, wherever
Yeah.
we've been.
Wherever we've been.
Yeah.
So when we drive back from here, she'll be asleep in the car.
Yeah.
At least an hour of the journey, I would say.
Yeah.
Which I can't do because I'm driving.
Right. Yeah.
Thank goodness. Thank
You
goodness.
know, I remember when I was teaching one time. Must have been about 30 years ago now, and I was sitting at the front of the class, and I just explained some bit of chemistry, and I said, "Okay, you can get on with a question on page X, Y, Z now." And I just sat at the front, and I was nodding, and all of a sudden, I was just about nodding off, I think, and all of a sudden, one of the students got his camera out. I saw him get it out, and he was just about to take a picture, and the movement woke me up.
Hello.
That's good. That's very fortuitous.
Hello.
Yeah, his name was Martin, if you ever see this
Yeah,
email,
fine, thanks.
this video, and yeah, you'll probably remember that.
Somebody
Lovely
rang
white
a
coat on.
few hours ago.
That's one of the big problems with YouTube. You can't fall asleep in the class
Yes.
anymore.
No.
You know, in the middle of one of your lessons because the students will film you.
Yeah, yeah. So Nigel,
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
if you didn't like apples, would you still have an allotment?
Yes.
Or is what's come first? Is it the joy of apples?
Yeah, I think if I wasn't into apples, I probably would not have an allotment.
Would you not?
No, because
Would you not want one to grow other things, or would that just not interest
You
you?
could grow them in your garden,
Yeah,
girls.
yeah.
yeah, the garden would do.
For cabbage
Yeah, but no.
Yeah,
and veg and so
Well,
on.
it did for 20 odd over 20 years.
yeah, yeah. But the reason that it started needing more
Okay.
space was that I started doing apple crosses, and this rapidly multiplies the number of trees that you've got.
Yeah, that's
And
fine.
you just need land to grow them until they fruit. And the more trees you've got in the garden, the less room there is for people like Alison to grow veg and flowers. And so we thought we needed
all
more
those
space.
years without being interrupted.
Right,
Yeah. So that's really what happened, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yeah.
But I'm glad we got an allotment because we've met new people and
That's
it's
right, yes.
changed our
We've
lives, really.
We've just got a garden that's very solitary garden.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's more fun in an allotment
All
because
right,
you meet other people.
So, sorry,
I
carry
think so.
on.
I've always wanted a house with a garden big enough that we could grow our own things and have chickens. But actually,
Yes.
I'm glad we haven't
Yeah.
because it makes us get out and go and do other things.
Well,
and
normally
interact.
they,
Yeah.
Okay, if you don't want to, just
normally
say
they
hi
come
and
at 8,
that's
but
it.
obviously
Say
I
hi,
haven't
you
been
know.
able to
Before
get
I
in
knew
touch with
about it,
them.
I'd always regarded allotments as second best, but that's not right.
No, no,
They're
there's
actually
so
better.
much
Yeah.
more.
There's
to
more
it.
to them, yeah.
Yeah, same with me.
But I'm not sure whether I would have wanted to not when I was working so much because I enjoyed having peace and quiet.
Yes,
so
and just
sort of be
Yes,
alone outside.
yes.
I mean, Nigel used to have really, really bad hay fever when I first knew him. So in fact, he was inside and made
Yeah.
Well, all summer I was in, wasn't I, with dark glasses on.
Really?
And it wasn't until I got to about 45
Okay,
that the
then,
hay
yeah,
fever
lovely.
diminished.
Yeah,
it just
thank
stop?
you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but
Bye.
it finished between when I was between about 45 and 50. It just disappeared.
Yeah.
You know, prior to that, he would go in the garden for 5 minutes and then he was in his had to be in the house for most of the hours.
Yeah, because my eyes would swell up.
So do you take antihistamines now or do you not have to?
I do, but the hay fever affects me in a different way now. It makes me tired and drowsy rather than affecting my eyes, which is much better.
Maybe that's me. Maybe I've just got year round.
I think you have got the year-round variety, yeah.
But no, I never used to suffer. I say suffer. I never used to have anything to do with hay fever. But I found just the last few years, and I think it's body changing stuff.
Lots of people get it when they're older.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Nigel's been the other way
I've
because he
seen
was really, really bad when he was younger.
Yeah, I used to have to be in a room on my own for examinations, for example, with the window closed.
Really?
Because if I was in with everybody else, I'd just keep sneezing and my eyes would swell up and I wouldn't be able
It's
to
awful, isn't it?
write my answers properly.
I mean, you know, it's just terrible how it can affect people because we all sort of look forward to it, as you were saying, blue skies, nice sunny day, but there's so many people where it's just miserable, you know. But, no tomatoes and potatoes, and geraniums, I need a few minutes. I'm absolutely extremely say to me,
Yeah.
all right, you know. I'm sure I will.
I'm very similar with onions. That's it.
Julie can hold a chicken.
Yeah.
Is this a thing that people don't ask very often?
We just got to make sure, because Alison's frightened to death, so...
How are you?
No,
oh,
no,
sorry.
no,
No,
no.
okay. No, I can
No, I
understand.
can manage.
You're doing very
I'll
well,
just-
sitting right next to
They're
them,
in
actually.
there. I've told them, you know, if they come out, I'm going in there.
Oh.
No, I'll be
Shall I
alright.
move around there?
No, you'll be alright. If I can't take
That's
it, I'll
it
go
then.
through that.
You're going to disturb them. They're going to dash around everywhere.
No, I'll move away. I'll move away.
That wine was really good.
Yes, well, that's
Both
your
were
lot.
actually.
I'm just saying, it's so good. It's a sort where you don't realise how good it is until you try something.
It's going to be awful if we crash on the way back.
You've had plenty to eat as well.
Should be fine. Should be fine.
Yeah.
That's a really terrible excuse.
Yeah, and the concentration of the alcohol, it goes up like that and then it decays and it'll be a couple of hours before you
Yeah, that
drink it.
Oh,
Daphne, I think so.
Using them that you made us.
right, so...
I'll be brave, I can't take it on through the plate.
Are you closing? Or is it just, you just don't like them?
I don't like those.
Is it all burger?
So now you want to bring this bird here?
I know, I'm sorry.
No,
Well,
don't.
no, well, Mike, swap places and I'll sit over there.
I'll swap
No,
with
come
you.
on.
They don't fly, so that's an advantage.
No.
They will flop a bit.
Yes, but they won't fly.
No.
Right, how are we going to do it? Because I'll open it.
They'll all come, I know. As
Yeah,
I say, I'm
you going to be alright?
Yeah, I'll be right.
Sure.
Yeah. Or watching that on YouTube, aren't they? So what's going to happen to her? The rage. It's very tricky.
Oh, that was very easily caught.
Oh, they're all tame.
They're very tame, aren't they?
Hello, chicks. I was just about to have that lovely bit of grass and this woman came and got them. How are you? Are you okay? Oh, gorgeous.
Not very far, are they? That's what's
I know. You want to go and get that? Oh, this one's really good. I can look at you.
I know you have.
You know, it's amazing how skinny they are. under all these feathers. There's nothing to do with them. They're dinosaurs, as you always say, aren't they? They're what's left. Is that right? What's left of the dinosaurs?
Yeah, they descended on it.
Yeah.
What's that? What's that? I don't know. Have they got names yet, Julie? Or have you just, oh, they're just the colours?
Oh, I've got some on a list somewhere, but I'll tell you that. Never got round to because then my mum to get your food tomorrow, babies. You'll have to have some corn tonight.
Mike, can you come and get some corn in your hand so we can have some, because I don't want to let go.
Oh no, I think you should let it go.
You think I should?
Yeah, put it down.
Am I annoying you?
Yeah.
Right,
You've done very well there.
that is very good.
Yeah, well done.
Oh. That's like school trips. That's little head count, isn't it?
Well behaved. Yeah, that was
God,
really good.
yes, they absolutely. They're obviously very happy.
Yeah.
Just think what it was like when you first happened to you, when you were trying to get them back in.
I know. I know. It's all right.
Is that the magic thing now? Just throw the food in
Yes.
there and they
Yeah.
just...
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. They prefer that to grass,
Yeah.
the corn.
Yeah.
So well done.
No, seriously, that is. A friend of mine is absolutely phobic about birds, but she loves them. She's in the RSPB and she'll do all sorts, but doesn't like them. We've got Scratty the robin and Mr. Blackbird, who now come in the house.
Well, Jane feeds them these wireworm.
They-
The wireworm?
No, mealworm.
Mealworm.
The dried mealworm, and they'll come and eat them out of my hands. And of course, the blackbirds have now had chicks, so they will now come in. There's double doors in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And you washing up or something. All of a sudden, one's on the tap. I just look at that. He says, "Come on, where's the mealworm?" You know, the sparrows have started following them in it as well
The
now.
kids say that Jane's created this culture of addiction amongst the birds.
And
So they don't have to feed or forage
No.
anywhere else.
No, I
Just
don't-
turn up at our
No.
back door.
it's
times
only
a day.
twice a day.
Get
And
all
make
the
sure
calories.
that they go out and do their other stuff as well. Oh, they are gorgeous.
Would it be okay if I had a little walk around?
Yeah,
I was just going to say, come on,
Yeah.
Julie, do you want to do a guided tour?
I want to see if anyone else has got any Cavolo Nero. You've got some.
Posh then. Have you tried the
I haven't tried this before.
crisps? No. I've
They're
done
good.
it
They're very good.
once, and they weren't. I thought they'd be really nice. but
Just lick it, that's it.
Oh, I wasn't expecting to be there. They're sort of just Brassica leaves. really,
Yeah,
aren't
yeah,
they?
yeah.
Yeah, my good ones from last year are over, obviously, so I've only got the small ones.
Switch them.
It's okay, really by the way.